Hey guys, welcome to Truth and Transparency. Um, Thank you guys for being here. Friday night. I made this intro to give a promo to what is happening on Sunday night. Here it is. Welcome, Truth and Transparency subscribers, members, moderators. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you for coming and visiting me out on J for Justice. I feel like I was on a world tour. Just kidding. But again, welcome. Check it out. Here is your intro. This Sunday night, episode 3, we are kicking things off before the Super Bowl. I'm a huge sports person. Of course, I'm going to talk about all the amazing betting props that you can possibly make. I mean, did you guys know that you could bet on the type of Gatorade that is going to be dumped on the winning coach? Here it is. Check it out. Welcome to the Transparency.
I'm about to pass out and crash. Cause I am whatever you say.
Let's do this.
Here, she's gonna turn around and kind of shove Kaylee right there. As she was doing that, he pointed at her.
Love it. Very pleased.
So, Joe, how
All right,
close are we
back
to
in.
you sitting down on Friday night?
She's gonna turn around,
That was a solid
and he
run.
points to
It's a
her.
good thing that
She
it
points
ended,
back.
but-
She's gonna say, "Fuck you, listen."
Okay, so just remind everybody, that means the bodies cannot be moved. Okay, everybody should know this, but maybe they don't. Until the coroner gets there, nothing can be moved in terms of the bodies. Okay? Nothing can be moved. This is the woman that is the first, this is your coroner that came on site, okay?
Those are really that's what my job is, to look at the bodies.
As a coroner, do you guys do the autopsies and all that?
No, we some do if they're an actual medical examiner, but we have forensic pathologists and we contract with Spokane to do that.
So in your experience, what is it that you saw when you showed up?
Well, there was a lot of blood. It's a very sad scene with 4 murdered college students.
You're ruling all 4 deaths homicides?
Yes.
Right here, right here, she says, again, I'm going to just back it up just a tad, okay? She gets the phone call at noon. But because of law enforcement doing their thing, she does not go into the house until 5 or 5:30, okay? But she does get the call around noon, 12 or 12:30. And then she waits, and she does not go in until 5 or 5:30, as she states in this interview. Now, watch her movement with this answer, okay?
Her body language?
Her body language. Watch her body language here, all right? This is very, very important. All right, so if you really want to talk about a case and talk about true crime, check this out. She's sitting perfectly, like her hands are cross-folded. She's engaged. She's listening to the question.
She's self-soothing a little bit, but yes, totally engaged.
Yeah, she's just like perfectly, like this is how she's been, I feel, the whole time.
Baselining?
Yeah, she's just, her hands are folded. She's listening. She's answering questions with her hands folded. Her elbows are on her desk. Now watch this.
Any idea how long it could take if this were relevant to get any type of results back on that?
Well,
She has no problem about to answer the toxicology question, which is 4 to 6 weeks. She has no problem answering this. She keeps her hands folded on the desk. Doesn't make any body movement, in my opinion. Check it out.
toxicology reports, right, they usually take 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer. But they might, I don't think they're going to be relevant in the actual manner or cause of death.
And do we know how?
Now right here we go. This is everything.
How long between the time of death and when police found that?
No, I don't know for sure.
Boom, boom. And that is a complete, oh gosh, I move back, I cross my hands, and that's a guard up.
It's a barrier.
It's a barrier, that's a guard up. But it's when they ask, do you know the time of death? The time of crime will end up being everything for the prosecution's case, which at the time of this interview, we didn't know how circumstantial the state's case was. But looking back at this and everything that we're going to be talking about, it's everything. And she, I think, knows that it's about to be everything. What is up, Truth and Transparency? Love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. What is up?
Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash. 'Cause I am whatever you. Once in a Cause I am whatever you say. Once in a lifetime, I'm about to pass out and crash out.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Right now it's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe, but I still fight. High off of love, drunk from my hate. It's like I'm huffing pain. She fucking hates me, and I love it. Wait, where you going? I'm leaving you. Go insane, cause when it's going good, it's going great. I'm Superman with the wind in his back. She's slow and slow.
I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Save me, stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm. Cause I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Again, welcome to Truth and Transparency. Let's talk about it in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Here, she's gonna turn around and kind of shove Kaylee right there. As she was doing that, he pointed at her.
So, Joe, how close are we to you sitting down on Friday night?
She's gonna turn around
That was a solid
and he
run.
points to
It's a
her.
good thing that
She
it
points
ended,
back.
but-
She's gonna say, "Fuck you, listen."
Okay, so just remind everybody, that means the bodies cannot be moved. Okay, everybody should know this, but maybe they don't. Until the coroner gets there, nothing can be moved in terms of the bodies. Okay? Nothing can be moved. This is the woman that is the first, this is your coroner that came on site, okay? Guys, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys for being here. That was this Sunday's intro. So just remind everybody to go ahead and click the notifications on this Sunday's 3 p.m. start time on the episode. Due to the Super Bowl, we bumped it up. Rihanna, did you guys know that Rihanna is singing for the halftime Super Bowl? Like, she hasn't performed since the 2018 Grammys. Her first live performance since then will be this Sunday for the Super Bowl. She just actually gave birth not too long ago. And in honor of the Super Bowl, I'm doing my show usually is on 6 on Sundays. I'm doing it at 3. So make sure you guys just make that note, make that change in your guys' schedule to join me. Again, hello. Half of the crowd, Eagles fans, half KC. I was rooting for the Bengals, but if the Browns can't be in it, the next best Ohio team, I guess. Thank you for my moderators for being here. Again, thank you guys for all of you guys being here. Let's talk about it. We have a lot to talk about. This isn't going to be a very long episode. It was, there were things that were being talked about, and I wanted to tell you guys what I found. And, since the PCA has come out and since we have uncovered that there's been, not, again, law enforcement can deceive during an investigation. So it came out on this channel before anybody else put it out there that Dylan was actually in bedroom, 3 up on the second floor. That was not going to be anything new for me. I knew that was coming. I put it out, and here, check it out. This is part of that video. And this is when you look in the living room, okay? And that's just one of the detectives slash forensic team. And then okay, this is what we're looking at here is anything that's written in black, okay, when it has to talk about the layout of the house, that's going to be from your police body cam. Anything that is in red, it is Daily Mail photos. So what you guys are looking at here, and go ahead and scroll down there. That's the, can you go down to the first floor? Right there. Okay. So this is the first floor, and off here to the left, that is from Zwillow. That is your first floor. That is bedroom number 1. Okay. That's your picture outside. That's your window outside. And in the bottom picture there, that's still part of the same room. That's where the closet is. But what's interesting when you zoom in on the doorway, you're then going to see where the utility room is and then the laundry and bathroom. Okay. That's what that is. When you zoom in, that's what those. Right here. If you can get to that one. All right. And then there it is, another angle. Those are the half stairs. And in the corner is going to be your television. That is the living room. And then if you can see how behind the female's head, that's where the window is. That's where the window is. And this is also that window. There's a detective looking in here. This was taken from the Daily Mail, had a video. And that's the window that you're seeing from behind her head here. That's that window that's looking into the living room. And this is when you look in the living room, okay? And that's just one of the detectives slash forensic team. And then what you're seeing here, those two pictures that you see right here and here, as well as here, those are on this wall. Your leaves, right here, this is on this small wall here. These are your leaves and your two photos. Okay, as well as down here, as you can see there. All right, so you're coming up those stairs, as you can see here. That's where the stairs are. Television is in the corner. There's a sectional here. Okay, and then when they have their friends over, they do a beer pong table, and they set their beer pong table. And this is actually a picture from the Daily Mail. This is the day of the murder. This was taken from an angle shot through this window. Okay, and right here is where they set up their beer pong table, and that's what this is. Everybody was been wondering what the forensic team was gathering when they were here. You can see it here. That is the corner part, okay, of the flip cup table, the white, and that's what they are gathering evidence from, is all of the DNA from the cups. So that's what that's from. Now, we're going to get to this part where we're going to show, this is actually, it looks larger than it really is, but it's not. This is actually a very condensed area. As you can see, your kitchen is completely blocked off. It's not like it's an open area. It's completely blocked off. So when you come into the slider, it's not like you can just go right to bedroom 4, that's where Santa's room is. When you come into the slider and you walk to the kitchen, the first accessible bedroom, okay, is the bedroom number 3. And this is up against the back of the house. Have you come down here? This was on the back of the house. The screen was out of this window. And this, to me, is the most accessible bedroom when you come in the slider. That's a bedroom right there. In order to get to Xana's room, you'd have to come in, go up that little step, in through the living room where they take that picture at, and then go down a mini hallway, and it's not that long, and it dead ends into Xana's room, and off to the left is a bathroom. So you have to pass this bedroom in order to get to bedroom number 4 on the second level, as well as it's right here to go up the stairs to go to right here, which is your top floor. Oopsie, sorry. So there you go. And just go to that top floor there. All right, so this is then your top floor. So this is then your top floor. Now, we're going to get to the part, which is, again, I do apologize that I just kicked the camera. That was my fault. I just kicked the camera. So where we're going to go to right now is, we're going to go to all the way to... Everything is fixed now. Sorry, guys. Everything is fixed. So there we go. And this is how this was all done up. All right. So this is what your thumbnail looks like. And if people are wondering what this is from this Willow / online before they took it down. This is the room, and this is bedroom. All right, sorry guys, I did not realize that like all of this was on mute. Even when I was unmuting, it was still muting. So basically, moral of the story is law enforcement told us from the beginning that these people were sleeping downstairs. These people didn't see anything, they didn't hear anything. Just like they said that Hoodie Guy isn't involved. These are the people that they wanted to say right off the rip were not involved in this and had nothing to do with this and wanted us to move on from this. Well, December 21st, 2022, I did this video because this is where the evidence took us. Okay. This is where the evidence took us. And when I say us, me, you, us, okay? As a United States citizen, you have the option to listen to whatever you hear and take it as gospel, or you can question things internally, you can question things outwardly. Do I blame law enforcement for what they have done in their investigation? Absolutely not. In fact, I applaud law enforcement for however you decide to go about investigating your case. That is your right. Do you and do what's best for your situation. But that's exactly what it is. Do what's best for you in your situation. But if you want to know the truth, this is the truth and let's uncover it. Okay. And the truth was that on December 21st, I put this video out, which basically in a nutshell proved that Dylan may have been sleeping on the first floor, but it wasn't because she was sleeping in her bedroom. Her bedroom was on the second floor. Okay. Then what I started questioning was why did Dylan not sleep on her, like on the second floor where her bedroom was? Did she know something? Did she know what was going to happen? Okay. So again, the Gonsalveses came out loud and proud and were saying, WTF, why are you clearing people? What's going on here? You're clearing people too soon. Well, why were they saying that? I wanted to know why they were saying that and who they were referring to. So I went back to the drawing board. Okay. And law enforcement is allowed to lie to us. That is allowed. Okay. And to keep people safe, they should. Whatever it takes to keep human beings safe, hey. But I said, if what I did here on December 21st is exactly the facts, then I want to back up and I want to talk about, Hoodie Guy again, because the two people, or I should say three, that they cleared so quickly, which was to get everybody away from talking about these individuals. And that would be DM, BF, Hoodie Guy. It seemed to me that they didn't care about telling us anything other than these three people were not involved. So I want to take I want to take a more in-depth look. I thought that I did it, but here it is. This was on December 21st. Again, sorry for that audio. I do apologize. Number 3. Okay. And we're going to get to that layout here. What we want you to first look at is this scarf, this headband. July 13th, 2025. 2021. July 13th, 2021. She's wearing the bandana, scarf, and this is well over a year ago prior to the murders. July 25th, 2022. Again, she's posting this on social media. She's in the same vehicle. All right. But this one is July 25th, 2022. Again, the same scarf, bandana, whatever you want to call it. And then we get to October 2022, which is the 28th. October 28th, 2022. This is really important. you have this scarf hanging up, okay, in this bedroom, which is bedroom number 3. It's hanging up right here. And how do we know? You zoom in here, and that's the same type of oval shaped outlet protector. And then you look at this is your quote unquote closet that it's on a slider. So if you look back over here, the slider can go either which way. It's one door and it just slides across. That's what that is. And then if you also look at your door handle, and this is bedroom number 3. So here we are, October 28th, just a couple weeks before the murders. There's the bandana that she has been wearing in the summer of 2022 and in the summer of 2021. Okay. And then here it is here. And then what is this? This is an outfit from they went to not just one Halloween party. They went to a couple, just like most people do. So again, I answered that. Lana, where was the surviving roommates? Pictures of their bedrooms. But yeah. If they came steps, a couple steps, and then you're going to be right down this little mini hallway. And that's where the bathroom entrance is. But if you don't know this house, if that door's close to the bathroom, you could possibly think that was a bedroom, you know? And when you go to right here, it dead ends, and that's bedroom 4. And that's the side of the house that everyone's saying that blood is dripping from. That's where bedroom 4 is. And I'm just showing you guys right now, just back and forth, just to show you guys, okay, here we go. And now I went and did this whole big thing. Like I said, December 21st, to say, hey, guess what? This is her bedroom. And you know what people are like? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? And no, it's not. Like, that could be a room that everybody gets dressed in and gets ready in and blah, blah, blah. And that's like their makeup room. That's like this room, or that's like this room. I thought to myself, that could be like a catch-all room. Like, that's what people are saying to me. And I'm like, wait, what are you actually saying though? So wait, you think that this room is a fluff room when I'm sitting here telling you that it's someone's bedroom? And everybody wants to be out there saying, no, the cops said that they were they were down in their bedrooms. Okay, so this is my intro for this episode, because it's like, I'm sitting here explaining to you guys that the cops said that to us, but guess what? When the PCA came out, was I right or was I wrong? Did I show how I got to my findings? Absolutely, I did. I didn't just come out here and blab this just to say oh, let me see if I can be right on this. No, it was evidence of pictures and where somebody would be, right? So if you guys want to talk about this homicide, that room in a house like that is everything, because that is the room that he passed, or she, or they passed more than any other room in there. And they didn't go in it. And they didn't go in it. They didn't go in it. Why? Why would they not? Why wouldn't they go in it? They wouldn't even peek to go in it, to somebody be like, oh, wait, no, this isn't the right room. Like, not even to just make a mistake and oh, wait, yeah, this isn't the room that we need to be in. So yes, can law enforcement tell us things that aren't true? Absolutely. And did they tell us this that wasn't true? Absolutely. Read the PCA. Where's her bedroom? Well, right here. So let's back up. Let's talk about Hoodie Guy. Hoodie Guy and Dylan went to the same high school. They're from Boise High School. Boise High School. They went to the same high school. When Dylan was a sophomore, Hoodie Guy was a senior. When Dylan was a freshman, Hoodie Guy was a junior. They lived within minutes of each other. Okay. Boise. Okay. Now, think about this. Why in the PCA does it say, and it needs to say, that everybody was in the house by 2 and in their rooms by 4? Why, what? Why are you saying that? Why does that even freaking matter? Why are you saying that? Think about that. Everybody was in the house by 2, but in their rooms. Maybe they weren't sleeping, but they're in their rooms by 4. Why? Why are you saying that? Is that a theory? Where are you getting that from? Is there a camera in the house that you know that everybody's in their room? Who could possibly tell you that everybody was in their room by 4? Because think about this. If I was to text you or call somebody and say, yeah, everybody's gone to bed, or at least everybody's in their rooms, like we all left the main area where we hang out. Like, why would that even matter? Why is that even in there? Everybody was in the house by 2. Everybody was in their rooms by 4. Well, how do you know that? Oh, with the exception of Xana, because she went and got her DoorDash downstairs at 4. Well, do you know that it was Xana that went and got it? What if it was Ethan that went and got it because he's a gentleman? And he's like, oh, I'll go get it. So he walks down and actually gets the DoorDash that's left at the door. I would love to know what the DoorDash says. Did he leave it? Or did he actually like see the person and he's like gonna be ready to testify to who he handed off the DoorDash food to? Why were the Gonsalveses so adamant about people being cleared too soon? Well, who was cleared? The only people that were cleared publicly, in terms of the cops saying, we don't believe that X, Y, and Z, that would be the 2 roommates, Hoodie Guy, and anybody that came there that morning that was summoned there. Why do you feel the need that you have to even say that? They clearly don't care what anybody else is saying about X, Y, and Z, but we're not knowing anything, but we have to tell everybody that these people had nothing to do with this. Well, why? So I went ahead and I dug a little bit. Well, I'll tell you why. Dylan's mom's an attorney. Her stepmom works for the Idaho state government. And Showalter's parents are doctors and donate tons of money to the university. That's why. What do you guys think? Did you guys know any of this? Did you guys know that Dylan's mom's an attorney? Did you guys know that Dylan's mom has done deals overseas? Dylan's mom's done a ton of things. Anywhere she does stuff in Idaho and California. Yes, nope, yes, nope, yep, maybe some. Some yeses, some nopes. But I go back to what everybody was trying to tell me, that this room was a fluff room. This is the room that everybody got ready in. Like, that's not her bedroom. So, like, they get ready in there and they share clothes. Oh, really? Do they? So, this room has a bed in it and they get ready in it, but it's no one's bedroom. Well, then why would you have a bed in there? What else are they doing in there? What's it for? What's a fluff room? Like a prep room, like your big walk-in closet. So let's see here. Wait, let's back all the way up. When did all these girls move into this house, and why did they move into this house, and how do they know each other to like pick and choose to like, hey, I really want to live with this person because I trust them. You choose to live with people because you have things in common, okay? Because you trust them, you enjoy their company. That's what you do. If you're moving in with somebody for any other reason than that, then I want to know about it because that's weird. Weird in terms of like, okay, what's up? So everybody thought that Maddie and Katie live in that house like together like the previous year. And once again, I broke that news. Everybody like, no, that was only Maddie's house with other chicks, none of which were in this house at the time. Like it was Maddie lived with other people. It was Maddie's house with other girls. Okay. So then come the spring of 2022 to head into the summer of 2022 to head into the fall of 2022. All right. That house literally got reloaded, meaning everybody except for Maddie was living there. Maddie lived there in 2021. And then when it switched over after Christmas to 2022, okay, she lived there with other girls. So I went ahead and I followed the money in terms of their Venmos. I took all of their Venmos to see who was paying who for what, okay? Who's paying who for bills, who's paying who for rent. Because this day and age, everybody has to use all these apps and they have to make everything public. Well, these girls were no different. They used apps and they made stuff public. So when you web sleuth, you go and you screen record the shit out of whatever you can. You screenshot whatever you can. You snag as much social media as you can before everything is wiped from the internet, which is what happened. Dylan deleted her social media. All this stuff is gone. But guess what? If you did the right thing, if you're investigating, you record it, you screen record it, you download it, you do whatever you can to save and preserve whatever somebody could possibly get rid of, and that would be Venmos, Visco, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you can do. And then you say to yourself, well, why would anybody delete anything? If like they didn't do anything, why are you deleting something after a homicide? That's obstruction of justice. You guys do know that, right? You'd be obstructing justice by tampering with evidence. But why would you have to delete anything? If it's just some Brian Kohlberger crazy dude that was stalking girls and wanted to become some serial killer, think about that. Then why is any of this going on right now? You guys got the guy, right? We can't help it that the public defender had to defend the public defender's office of the area that Ann Taylor is coming out of. How is it the public defender's office problem that, oh God, well, we had to defend, I don't know, half of the victims, their parents, due to the fact that they were breaking the law? Why should that impede on Brian Kohlberger's rights? When you want to take emotion out of stuff, then you can think a lot more clearly. But you should ask yourself the question is why do you care? Who the hell defends such a monster if he's such a monster? Why would you care if OJ's dream team defended him? If he is a monster and he is guilty and you have the evidence to nail his balls to the walls, then you go and you nail his balls. And I'm going to be the first person there reporting on it saying, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, look at this. They did this. Look at all this. Boom, 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 boom. But what you have right now is you have mainstream media talking about a petition to literally get Ann Taylor off the case. Who gives a shit? What? I mean, like, seriously, think about that. Think about that. Why does mainstream media think that they can start a petition, or anybody for that matter can start a petition? Oh, that's right, because that's the source that you paid, that you gave money to have some narrative that you want to pump down our throats. You guys, none of this is okay. If Brian Colbert is this horrible human, okay, and stalked these girls in this house, and you guys, then the evidence is there, and we're going to go and get him, okay? But it was actually the victims' families that were reaching out to the public and to the media saying that this isn't right. Something's not right. I need someone to be an alpha. I need somebody to step up. Well, trust me, nobody wants to take on the media. Nobody wants to go to the media. The media is awful, right? They can twist your words if it's not live. They can clip it. They can say, put stuff in different cuts and clips. Trust me, I've been there. I've seen it all. But the question is why? And no, none of this is all just related into the fact that all of these people are in some big cover up, guys. That's not how this works. That's not what this is. You know what the first thing everybody does when something happens? They immediately think about their own self and like what their involvement is in something that may have nothing to do with this, but may come out in the shuffle. You guys think about this. You're going to sit here and tell me that Brian Kohlberger happened to pick out the one house where all of this alleged, stuff was going on. He just moved from Pennsylvania. He's a PhD student. He clearly caught someone's eye to the point of that this name comes from somewhere in whatever he was doing. And all these girls, they never lived together until this year. So like we're just talking about a couple weeks. And when I say a couple weeks, like 8 weeks is a couple weeks. Okay. You got 1 week left in August, then you got September, and you got October, and then you got a week and a half before this happens. So count up your weeks. What happened during the summer? Who moved into the house? Why did they move into the house? When did they sign on the lease? You think that all of this is just all happening at the same time, that two sophomore girls that normally would live in a sorority house versus like after they get out of the dorms, like Bethany and Dylan, normally you would live in the sorority house for the year in your sophomore year, but they skipped that. Why would you rob yourself of that experience? Why would you rob yourself of that experience? Like, that's the whole reason you get into a sorority. You rush and you're a freshman, and your freshman year you live in the dorms, and then your sophomore year you get to be in the house, man, right? And then normally like you move off campus your junior and senior year. So we're talking about like the perfect kind of storm here where Maddie and Kaylee goes into a sorority, and she chooses to take the bid that, Maddie didn't get. So Maddie goes and she's a Pi Beta Phi, and they kind of are on like two different paths just because when you're so involved in your sorority, you're like almost in competition with the other sororities. Like, sorry, but that's just what it is. But then here comes full circle that finally now, the summer of their going into senior year, they can all now live together. And it was Maddie's house. Maddie had to like be the one to have a sit down with somebody or herself to say, who do I want to have move in? Because who do I want to live with? Because living with somebody is a big deal. Like, I'm not living with people that do X, Y, and Z if I don't do X, Y, and Z. So why would you ever invite these people that you're choosing to live in this house? Why are you picking them? Why? Who did she discuss? Like, who did she offer? Like, extend these invites to say, like, "Hey, do you want to come live? So and so is moving out. I got to find girls to live with. Oh my god!" Or maybe I should just like, why didn't she just get an apartment, like a 2-bedroom with, her and Kaylee to live in, in one of the apartment complexes? Why stay in that house if everybody's moving out? What's the draw to that house? And then who doesn't fill it to make anything cheaper? So I go back to everybody saying that, I'm sorry, but that bedroom was where everybody got ready and they just did this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you know what? You're right, but it ain't bedroom 3. All you people out there, you are right. You said it. You guys all said it. There's a room in the house where people get ready. There's a room in the house that has what? A bed, a mirror. There's a room in the house that's functionable. If people want to sleep over, if you're having guests, right? But it wasn't bedroom 3. Or was it bedroom 3? And then they had to cover that up because I uncovered that that was her room. I mean, what do you guys think that that would be? No. Why would there be 48 FBI agents? JonBenet Ramsey's case, 2 or 3. Memphis, 3. There was 3 FBI's. There are 25 ISP, 25, 48, bumps it to 60, has BAU there. I mean, then you have all of Moscow's department. I mean, do you guys hear this? You want to talk about like a perfect storm? A perfect storm of like, this is going to make national news, as it did, as anything should when 4 students are, that the world is told that they were all sleeping and that somebody just went in there while they were sleeping. That's not the truth. They weren't sleeping. They weren't sleeping. 2 people upstairs were. But that second floor, they people weren't sleeping. Dylan tells you herself that she was up and down out of her bed, right? Dylan was on Visco texting at 3:33 in the morning. Do you understand that Hoodie Guy and Dylan are the last people to see people alive? Do you understand that? Unless Dylan says that she was in her room and she didn't see anybody come home, but she just heard people out there. But technically, like, Hoodie Guy and Dylan are the last people to see people alive. They're both from Boise. They went to high school together. Dylan's boyfriend lives in Boise. Jake, Maddie's boyfriend, moved to Boise. That's where Maddie was all summer leading up into that year, like that summer where she spent her time was with Jake in Boise. I see Boise starts popping up all over. Dylan's from Boise. Then you hear Dylan's boyfriend never visited her. Why? Why couldn't he go to Moscow? Why couldn't he go to Moscow? You don't shit where you eat. You guys know that saying? Thank you there, Brittany. Thank you. Thank you. Hoodie guy seems like a great guy. Absolutely. He does. So why did the police leave him to kind of like hang out to dry, but not the Adam video that would have just totally said that he wasn't a stalker? Okay. Think about this. All the police had to do is release the Adam video to show, keep it all like we're not going to hear any words coming. All they had to do is release the video to show that they were there together. Okay. And that this guy was not stalking them. That's all you have to do. And America would have shut up, right? But they didn't. They didn't. Why not? Why not? Weird, right? But how does like them walking together mean that like nothing could happen because he walked with them? It doesn't mean that somebody couldn't harm them. Like what? Maybe they didn't think that it would help. Maybe they thought that the video would do more harm than good. I don't know. Why did the police say that this was an isolated, targeted attack? Right from the rip. Isolated, targeted attack. Early on in the investigation, this was an isolated, targeted attack. And the rest of you people, you guys have nothing to worry about because it was. They weren't lying with that, guys. It was an isolated, targeted attack. This wasn't some crazy person. Because a crazy person, they're going to tell you that there's a crazy person out on the loose, okay? So a serial killer or somebody that wants to be one, and everybody wants to go out there and paint Brian Kohlberger to be this, you know, a serial killer in the making, you know, oh my God, he's in criminology. Oh my God, he had this, that, and the other. Oh my God, he's Papa Roger. Like, holy shit, with nothing. With nothing. Saying this stuff with nothing. He's a criminal. So he's a PhD student studying criminology. He has no criminal history, but okay. But just like going rampant with nothing. Nothing. But guess what, guys? The cops told us this was an isolated, targeted attack, and they were not wrong. It was. If you have my money, or you have my drugs, or you have my women, or you have that other person over there doesn't have them. It's kind of like a domestic situation. Are you my wife? Are you my husband? No, then I have no beef with you. I'm not coming for you. Because my beef is with my wife. You know? When a domestic dispute breaks out and something happens where somebody kills their, you know, ex-wife or ex-husband or current wife, that's an isolated, targeted attack, right? Right? Yeah. That person's not going to go harm you. They have no beef with you. Just like whoever did this, that's what they're saying to us. They're saying this person has no beef with any of you. You guys are fine. Okay? But guess what? We are also the police, so we have to say things and we have to be like, we just can't go out there and, you know, give somebody this false sense of security because what if something else happens and they want to blame us, okay? So, and then think about a knife. A knife is personal, right? A knife is personal. Everybody was in their rooms. Everybody was home by 2. Everybody's in their rooms by 4. What? Who told you that? Where would you get a house that's popping morning, noon, and night Like we saw it, like I put it out there on every body cam that I got my hands on to show you this house was popping morning and night. You had no idea who was in that house. How would anybody know who's in that house at any point in time, especially when you have a loaded parking lot of cars? Why would you ever think that one car equals one person? You wouldn't. Think about this. Why would the sheath be upstairs when there wasn't a struggle upstairs? Why don't you take the dimensions of the bed and take the dimensions of the human being that they are alleging did this? And why doesn't somebody go reenact how this could ever go down if there was no struggle and there's no defensive wounds? Why would the sheath be there and let's say not in bedroom 4 where Xana's room is, where there actually was people went to war down there according to parents? But the sheath's upstairs? What? And now why do we need to squeeze something into some ridiculous time frame? Some ridiculous time of 4 to 4:25 because of some car? What in the actual fuck? Do you understand that? Think about the logic there. Oh, they were in bed at 4, or I'm sorry, they were at home by 2 and everybody was in their rooms by 4. Oh, and then that's just when this killer came in and just, because what we were told in the beginning is everybody was sleeping. But that's not true. If Xana and Ethan were awake in that room, explain to me how somebody walks right in that room. And if I'm on my phone, TikTok, and I see somebody come with a mask and a knife, then I'm not pressing 911. How is that possible? But think about this. What if we're all out in the living room? Or we're all out in the back? And we're all in a living room because we're talking about a business? Or we're chopping up money, or we're chopping up drugs. Okay? The only way that you're able to overcome 2 people in a room, in my opinion, if they were originally there, is to get one of them to come out. How does somebody feel like they can just go in there and that no one's calling the police for another 9 hours? This is the perfect storm. Are you serious? You kidding me right now? You know how many houses there are? This is the livest jumping house, and this is the house that you would pick to think that you're going to go in when people are sleeping. Are you insane? Because that's what insanity tells me. Is that if anybody was to drive by this house, what every fucking neighbor has ever said is that this house is pumping morning, noon, and night. This is the house I'm going to take down. This is the house I'm going to go in when people are sleeping and be some incel and take them down. Just think about that. Think about the risk involved with all of that. And then if that's the case, then you would know that 2 other people lived there, for heaven's sakes. And why wouldn't you take them out? You're going to leave witnesses? You're going to leave a witness that's going to say that you have bushy brows, you're 5'10"? I mean, no shit, guys. Who believes this shit? You guys believe this? You guys believe this? But the same person, one of the 2 people that were surviving roommate said, yeah, everybody was home by 2 and everybody was in their beds by 4. Well, how did you know everybody was in their bedrooms by 4? Were you the last person to go to bed in your bedroom? Well, then if that's the case, then you were up at 4 o'clock because you're the last person. So how can you say you're sleeping that you were awoken by Kaylee playing with her dog? I mean, where the fuck is the logic in any of this? Who would be up at 4 o'clock to say that? Just like law enforcement told us that Dylan slept on the first floor, right? So wipe it all out. So wipe this all out. And now let's work backwards. Let's work backwards. Let's work backwards. 2 people upstairs, let's say that they didn't have any defensive wounds. Okay, so they're killed in their sleep. People on the second floor, let's say that they have all these defensive wounds and they're not in bed. People upstairs, let's say that they're in bed. People downstairs, they're not in bed. Okay, but they're on the floor of the same room. And their phones are all there. No one's phone was taken. Nobody's phone was taken. Think about that. Are there phones there? Like, why weren't their phones taken? Well, we made sure that we got the burner phones, but yeah, no, there's no phones taken. Or were their phones taken? I don't know. Were their phones taken? I don't know. But working backwards, okay, so no defensive wounds upstairs. They're in bed. Their phones stopped doing anything at 2:52 a.m. So why can't they be attacked anywhere between 2:53 a.m.? You know, how are we pushing this to 4 o'clock? Oh my God, because there's that white car out there, and that's the white car that did this. Are you what? Because this white car drives by? The white car drove by at 3:29. This white car drove by like four times. Okay, so let's go back to the bedroom where the people were alive. Okay, so they took a knife and they were both awake and they both had their phones. Like nobody called, like no one's screaming, and then this person didn't hear it. Who's like, their room is like literally like right there. And this person just walked past like this room like 3 or 4 times. Like, why did they keep walking past this bedroom? Well, they didn't, because they actually opened the door, but nobody was in there. Well, that would make sense, but that's not the case, right? Because that would make sense. But nobody goes downstairs. Oh, because the person didn't think any rooms were down there? Wait, what? But I thought this was a planned targeted attack. They would know everything about everything. Wait, but then there's a sheath left? Okay, where? Oh my God, upstairs where there wasn't a struggle? What? And there was just touch DNA on the button? Wait, what? But yet you have the knife in your hand when you'd be walking out and you would know that, like, oh my God, where am I supposed to put this? Oh my God, where's my sheath that's not in my pocket? And you just totally silence the whole house. So why wouldn't you just go back and get it? You would know so early on that your sheath was missing. Before you left the house, you would know that you didn't have it. But why do you even have a sheath in the first place if you're just going in there? Why would you even fumble around with that? When you want to talk about profiling, when you want to talk about victimology, okay, you cannot ignore some things and focus on other things. You have to take the totality of it all. Otherwise, you're being irresponsible and you're gonna be wrong. You're gonna be wrong. The profile just can't fit a part of it. Now let me ask you guys a question. What if every light was on in that house? What if every single light was on in that house? What if some of the lights were on that house? Because what I always thought was, okay, maybe the person circling around they were waiting until the lights went out. When the lights go out, then I know that people are asleep, right? Then I'm going to go in there, right? I'm circling. Okay, all the lights are off now. Now's my chance. Wait, what? But you don't know what you're walking into. You don't know if there's people that had slept over and are sleeping in the living room. You don't know if there's people that are hooking up with people. Do you guys understand the amount of unknown in a house like this? But this person goes in, or most people go in with a sense of that they're doing this for a reason, but it's going to be what national headline news. You think you're going to take out 4 students? You don't think that this is going to be like all over the news to the point that like brings more on you. How would anybody think that they're getting away with this? How would you ever think that? You guys think that we happen to follow a white Elantra around? All right, I want you guys to see this. Take a look. That's Ethan, or that's Xana's where Ethan would obviously stay when he was there. But as you could see, you come to bedroom 3 and what, you're just not going to open it. Why wouldn't you? Like, if you're there, what are you there to do? Okay, well, I don't care. I have no interest in killing that person. Or did they open up the door and they realized, holy shit, she's not in there. So did they actually go in bedroom 3, but they were not in there? So then they went upstairs, or, did they come and go then to bedroom 4? Either way, the whole point is that bedroom 3, if you're coming in through that slider, that is the most accessible bedroom, period. Also, what's, in my opinion, the most accessible in the dark is bedroom 3 outside of the house, because you can come in through that window. And that window in bedroom 3, that's the window of the screen. It's popped out. That screen is out, and there's a picture of that. It's in the drone footage. So, and then, this is the other question I have for people, because this was something that I had, my question. If they went upstairs, because that was where the target was, let's say, and somebody's hearing something, okay, where bedroom 4 is, if Ethan was to wake up and hear something like that and come out, bedroom 4 is the furthest point to then walk around and to get to where the stairs are, where then you would have, an encounter of seeing, the killer or killers. But from everything that I've heard from people's parents on this case, is that Ethan and Xana were in the same room. That is what the mother said. And guess what? Her daughter and son, I believe, were in that home prior to law enforcement because they were called over. Okay. So that's why the Ford Explorer, that new Ford Explorer, that's, Ethan's brother and sister's new vehicle, that was towed. Okay. They consider that part of the crime scene because it was there before the police were there. Well, my question is are we sure that they didn't sleep over? I mean, maybe they slept over. We don't have all the facts. Okay, I'm telling you, we don't have all the facts. But at least what I can prove here, and I think I did it here today, is that bedroom 3 was was Dylan's. You can run back the tape, the headband right there. Then you can look at the different dates of it. Most recent being October 28th. Then now you can't really see it anymore on Zwillow because it's been removed, but if you got screenshots ahead of time, there's Criminality 100. Give a shout out to Criminality. Number 1 is congratulations on finishing all your stuff and taking down the world with your book smarts over there. Miss T taking down what was it? Is it Long Beach?
Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations on your completion on all your stuff from college and all that. And me and Teresa were actually having conversations last night about this. Oh, T, guess what? I figured out what it was. Can you zoom in on the go down to where the right there? See that table right there? That's the beer pong table that was used. That was what Daily Mail took a picture of.
And I also heard Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. How's everyone doing? Justice for the victims in Moscow, Idaho. I want to talk about Dylan Mortensen. Dylan Mortensen is one of the survivors, roommates, who was downstairs in this home, this 3-story home. And what's this about? So I'm going to she has share these clips here, and I want you to watch, and then we will discuss. So Dylan Mortensen, one of the surviving roommates, she has a social media account, and she has made posts, and she posted this text from her father. Comes from Dad. Just a friendly reminder of who is going to show up at the boy's door who messes with one of my daughters. 241 pounds of beef. And it shows a picture of her dad. So basically, he's saying, don't mess with my daughter or you'll see me. 241 pounds of beef. Dylan Mortensen also shared this correspondence with her dad on her social media account. Came from Dad. Hi, Dylan. I've probably said this before, but I'm saying it again. I want you to know that I would do anything for you and your sisters. You are an amazing daughter, and I am the luckiest dad in the world. I love you so much. There's nothing more important to me than you and your sisters. I will never let someone come between us again. I want you to know how loved you are, how blessed I am to have you in my life. I want you to have the best life possible. If you ever need anything, you let me know. A ride home, clothes, me to be at an event, get you out of trouble, food, or just a hug. I'm just a phone number away. I will drop whatever I'm doing to help you. Love. Dylan also shared this on her social media account. From Dad. You might not remember this day or trip. It was a lot of fun. We used to travel a lot. We're going to start doing that again. I love you girls more than anyone or anything. Daddy's back, baby. So she's sharing how her father's saying to her, he loves her, he'll do anything for her, wants to be part of her life. Loving father, it seems like. It seems like a guy that generally loves his daughter. But who is he? Who is Dylan's father? It's a big dude. And you see the kind of the joke, don't mess with my daughter, dudes, or you'll see me. And he's flexing, big dude and stuff like that. He's a big dude, But was he what I'm saying is was he talked to? Was he talked to by authorities? Was he ever at that house? Because if you see something, the last one I showed you, it seems like he's just getting back into her life. Well, where was he? Where was he? So who is the father? Who is Dylan's mother? I want to know more information about Dylan because, she could share with all of us where Murphy was that night. She can share every chain of event of what happened. People don't know, really, what time she got up and what she did, her and Bethany, what they did before they went upstairs. to find the bodies. And if this neighbor's saying the front door is open, how does that even make sense? So did they get up and go outside and do something before they go back inside, then go back up like 3 hours later to report the bodies? Some people speculate that whoever the killer is escaped through the front door, but they would have to go right past.
All right, guys, take a look. Here we go to end out the episode. Here we go to end out the episode. I want to show you guys something. What do you guys think about that right there? Take a look at that. Here we go. You guys see that right there? You guys see that? I got something else for you. Ready? Do you guys see that right there? You guys see this? All right, ready? You guys ready? Are we ready or no? Because I wasn't ready for it. I was not ready for this at all. I'm just curious, like, what do you guys think? Maybe not, right? No, maybe a little bit, maybe not really, right? Okay. I thought, it could be, it couldn't be. Depends on what like filter you used to make like the, yourself look like Tanner or whatever, but no, very close. I'm just trying to say, like, what do you guys think? All right, well, here you go. I'm gonna leave you guys with this then. Again, this is just, working it out with people. Don't know, anything from anything. And this is just something that I want to show you guys and let you guys be the final judge, but here it is. Again, I don't know anything about anything. This is just wanted to show you guys what's up. This was sent to me. Wanted to give it back to you guys. So all right, guys, until next time. I will talk to you guys soon. Sunday. Just talk about the type of same name and just wild, right? All right, guys.
They're really
I'm about to pass out and crash. Cause I am whatever you
I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy.
I wanted to fame, but nothing.
Here, she's gonna turn around and kind of shove Kaylee right there. As she was doing that, he pointed at her.
So, Joe, how close are we to you sitting down on Friday night?
She's gonna turn around,
That was a solid
and he
run.
points to
It's a
her.
good thing that
She
it
points
ended,
back.
but-
She's gonna say, "Fuck you." Listen.